What exactly are Scope 3 emissions and why are they important to you today? That's what we're going to discuss in this video. Hello and welcome to the Sustainable Breakfast, sustainability news for trailblazers brought to you in time for your morning coffee. I'm Edwin Julu from CO2 Hero. We are going to talk about Scope 3 emissions, why they are important to you and what you can do today. And if you stay on, there is going to be some bonus material, a free digital leader guide that is going to tell you exactly how you can take action with your Scope 3 emissions. I will tell you how to receive that at the end of this video. So if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help this content get out to the masses, and let's get going. Well, in order to understand what Scope 3 emissions are, it probably makes sense to understand what Scope 1 and 2 emissions are, right? So what are Scope 1 emissions? Scope 1 emissions are emissions that a company makes directly. For example, while running its boilers or its vehicles. Scope 2 emissions are the emissions a company makes indirectly. For example, the electricity that it buys to run its office. So what does that make Scope 3 emissions? And how does that fall into the whole puzzle? So are Scope 3 emissions just everything else? Well, here's the definition. According to Deloitte, Scope 3 emissions cover all the emissions associated that the organization is indirectly responsible for, up and down its value chain. Now, this is huge. Could you imagine? This covers investments that the company's involved in. This covers franchises, even the distribution of the product after it is sold. But what does it mean to you? How can you take Scope 3 personally? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we have cut down. Now, what on earth am I talking about? Well, based on the countless conversations I have with sustainability leaders and executives around the world, Scope 3 emissions can be like dealing with anxiety. The Mayo Clinic, a leading medical institution in the United States, advised a 5-4-3-2-1 method. Sit quietly, look around, and notice. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can physically feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. What is the point? For a moment, put aside the bigger picture, put aside the things that you cannot control, and focus deeply on the things that you can. Well, it's the same with Scope 3. You cannot control many outside factors, whether it be that you're not in a position within your organization to, or you just cannot get there yet because of things like technology, finance, or executive decisions. But what you can do is focus on many things that are within your control. For example, can you control your daily commute? What products that you use, how you recycle them, what you eat? Can you control what you decide to do with things that are disposable or even use them in the first place? Can you control how much travel you do on business or what method of transport that you use? Do you take the bike? Do you take an EV? Do you take public transport? These are all everyday things that you can control, but they can make a huge difference if it's done on scale. To give you an example, the average Global 500 company that we work with has around about 230,000 employees. Let's just say every single one of those employees saved 4.4 tons a year. That's 1 million tons saved. And this is just by making everyday incremental lifestyle changes. Changes that if you decided to, tomorrow morning, you can make. And if you want to know how to measure, record, report, or even make those changes fun and exciting in a gamified style, watch this video series that I've made before about the real secrets to climate change. There will be a link in the description. So whether you are a sustainability executive or whether you are just someone interested in sustainability and want to make a change today, start measuring the incremental changes with apps like CO2 Hero. You can start today, you can start right now. click on the link, download the app, and you can get going. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. As always, there is some juicy bonus content for you. So if you would like a free digital leader guide discussing what are scope-free emissions and how you can make a change today, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and there will be a link in the description as well as in the video. Thank you so much for watching, and together, let's cut down today.